Now then, welcome back to Utopia. And I'm in the age of Steam. Still? Yep, I'm still here. There's no messing about now. I'm hooked on the age of Steam right now. But I have noticed... how do I put it? I have noticed that I'm focused on a couple of the mods. And I really need to start thinking about other things as well. Yeah, I've just been checking out the ballast recipe. That's another little project that I'm working on. Next, gravel, clay and gravel ballast for Traincraft. That'll come in handy in a bit, don't worry. I just tested out what it looked like, what it seems like, and it looks pretty cool. Right, so, workshop, not much happening. We've got the steel tank full of diesel fuel, so I'll turn this lot off. I've got loads of parts and bits and pieces, which we'll get back to in a bit. Had a look at the high trains, the iron crushers, and I can make pulverized shiny metal from thermal expansion out of platinum ore. Platinum ore, which is supposed to make platinum, but I think we've got some sort of conflict in our mod pack. These are the sort of things we like to iron out before we put them onto the AT launcher for you guys. What else? Oh yeah, in here, check this out. I've been busy in here. No longer do we have the ender chest. The ender chests are gone. Yes, after last episode when I made that realization and public declaration that there was absolutely no point in having the... What's going on up there? There was absolutely no point in having the ender chests. I decided to remove them and change it around a bit. I see what's going on there. At the minute, I haven't got my suit on, so I'm just going to get my suit on so I can jump about a bit easier, jump about a bit quicker, and get on with this episode for you guys. Today, we are mostly going to be working on our exit strategy. I wasn't looking in there, I was looking in here. Here we go. Our exit strategy. And by exit strategy, I mean that we are going to check out a way to leave here and move on from the spawn of the Age of Steam out and about. And I picked out a little area, so let me just show you that on the map. Hello, train! Okay, so far this is how much I've explored the Age of Steam, okay? And the red marks show places of interest. So, zoom in a little bit. We all know that Funshine's got his station there, and he's got his little beehives over there, and he's joined the two up by a little track along there, back to the main station and back, and there's a electric tram running backwards and forwards all the time between the two stations, okay? Now I've noticed BPAT has got involved, and BPAT's here, and M-Dog's here. Trains. I love the sound, but BPAT station and M-Dog station are around the same sort of area as this really cool village that I found, so maybe they'll be developing there. Up this way we've got Cento and we've got Bevo. They've started up on there. Unfortunately, Cento seems to have given up a little bit. He may do a few videos here and there, but he's pretty much given up on YouTube for a bit, so he's having a break, a bit like Ego's having a break. Bevo, he's been busy doing lots of things, and he's just got his little village started that you saw in a previous episode up there. Somewhere out here, I haven't found yet, but Lewis is out and about. I don't know which direction he went in. I was trying to sort of plot where I should go, because I don't want to go north, because we've already got Cento and Bevo up there. Hi, train! And we got M-Dog and BPAT to this direction. I could go straight past them, I suppose, and go out into here, because I explored up this way and I liked the look of some of the areas around here. But then again, they're all nice biomes in whatever direction you go, really. The whole Age of Steam is a nice looking place. But what I've decided to do is head down from the main station and head straight down here to this lake here. There's some nice plains over here and some nice bits around the corner here. And I reckon that this lake's, the whole lake area, may be good for having some really cool steampunk builds and a load of farms and stuff. So that's one of the things that we're going to be heading towards. Now I've nearly finished this place. So, let me run through the dealio here, okay? We're going to have unloaders from a train. Okay, the train's going to unload and it's going to shoot up the goods up into the rafters, the sorting system up there. And in the sorting system, I think I can make this jump. No, I can't. Okay, I'm down. I'm down. Let's get the jetpack on. Fly up a bit. Not that side, the other side. Up this side. Yep, flying jetpacks. I got up here alright before. I filled it all in quite a lot there. Right, down here should do it. Okay, so we've got currently a ton of stuff coming in. So everything that comes into the factory would come up here and head on into this system over here. So let's get rid of all this first, because that's no longer required. And break without breaking anything else. Thank you. It's gone. I'll pick it up in a minute. And lots of iron. So the idea of this, if I could see without having all of that there, oh well, we can do it. We've got a pipe system here which is pumping around, okay? It's a very simple, steel and coal go red, so steel and coal goes that way. Coal so that it goes into the coal coke part of the factory, and steel because it's been produced over here and it comes back and goes down here into the steel barrel that's going to end up taking it to other places. So that's that bit. I think I may have a problem just there that things may go up and back into the system, so that's no good. I'll have to change that. Yeah, that doesn't look too good. I might have to put another iron pipe there, actually. Let's see if I've got it now on me. Let's change it quickly while I think about it. I've just sort of built this over the last couple of days, so I've got a few issues that I might need to resolve. Iron transport pipe, there we go. So let's swap that one out with that one. Thank you. And give it a quick nudge in the right direction. There we go. So now everything on the red, the coal and the steel that comes into the factory via this diamond pipe, because it'll come down here into the diamond pipe, all of that will head that way and go down into that part of the factory, which I'll show you in a minute. White is currently open for anything, right? Because I need it to be. And yellow is iron. Yellow was wrong, so iron should really be going in white. Okay, so iron goes white. That means now that all of the coal coke will spit itself out at me. Okay, well, coal coke can also go red. So we'll change that now to stop it spitting, and that'll go down and into that section down there, which I'll show you in a second as well. Oh man, close up. Right, so what happens here is the coal coke from the coke ovens will get extracted out and come up here, into there, up and around and across, and go down, around, into all of those ovens that I've got down there. All of the blast furnaces. Cute. Pick all this up quick. And then jump back up. Let's put this in here. Boink. So, up we go. And down we fall. Alright, so... getting pushed around by a train now. Doing well this episode, aren't I? Right, so, yeah. These are all full with coal coke, because the coal coke's been travelling around the system. So, let me show you this. Okay, so, we've got the cobblestone transport pipe is in, and the stone transport pipe is out. Yeah? So the cobblestone transport pipe and the stone transport pipe don't join because they can't. That's why they're two separate stone pipes, because they don't join. You probably already knew that. That's just basic buildcraft pipes. So the coal coke comes in here, and the iron will come in here through the cobblestone pipe and head along. And it will be inserted into blast furnaces. So coal coke is feeding the blast furnaces and iron is feeding the blast furnaces, and these insertion pipes sort of make sure that it goes in the order, right? And then we've got these emerald transfer pipes pumping out the steel. So the steel that is produced from the blast furnace comes out and ends up coming down here, and all of the iron pipes are pushing it in that way. So there isn't any sort of looping here, other than the fact that anything that doesn't go into the furnaces will come down and carry on its journey and go through here. Won't go up, or just carry on going straight through. So anything that will not fit will end up coming back through as excess stock and going in the stone transport. So the stone transport should be able to carry coal coke, iron and steel when it's being ejected from this little section here. And so far it's been producing quite a bit because I've had it set up for a little while now. Wait, get out of the way of that train. And so we've got, let's see if I can get back up here to show you again. Right, so yeah, coal coke comes in and goes up and around and straight across and goes into the furnaces. We're going to have iron going straight in and up and across into the furnaces as well. And anything that comes back out should come in and come through the red direction and come down into this little device here. But before we go down into that little device, I'm just going to show you down into here. And this little section has been improved as well, thanks to all these lovely gates that I made. I've still got the whole looping around over the top and looping back and looping around so that it carries on a continuous movement. But we've basically just got a wooden waterproof fluid pipe with an autarkic gate constantly pumping out any creosote that gets made. Every single one of them, all three of them there. And we've got an emerald pipe that's pulling out coal coke, filtering, non-blocking coal coke, so all coal coke just gets pulled out. Again, the iron pipes are pushing it in the same direction, so it's always coming in this direction. And this little diamond device here, white is coal, so that'll carry on going up and around, so the coal will keep looping around constantly until it gets used up. So really I don't want to put like a 18k of coal into the system because it'll never get processed in time. But a few stacks wandering around in the loop should be okay and stable enough, not cause too many problems. Red, we've got coal coke going red, which goes up, and then that goes to the ovens, the blast furnaces first, and any excess stock from there will come back and go back in and down into that chute that you can see there. And we've also got a bucket. I put a bucket in just to stop things going back that way, because if you leave a diamond pipe blank, then it will send anything it feels like in that direction, it seems, unless it's got a prior destination. But if you had like several coal going through at once, it might go, oh well, let's divide them up between that one and that one because they're two available directions. So that's that. And nothing goes back on the blue, so that really should have something else rubbish in it as well, shouldn't it, really? So nothing goes to the blue. I can't get through that way, so I'll go back, I'll go round the other side, and we'll have a look at it from this angle. And hopefully there aren't too many flaws in this, because I've been figuring it all out as I go along. I never really did the Technic launcher, Tech-It and things like that when it all first came out, and I never really did mods when they first came out. I was a very vanilla Minecraft player for a very long time until I did Feed the Beast and the Utopia³ server for the first time. So forgive me if a few things are out of whack. I'm still learning. So this shouldn't have anything coming on it, but it returns with red coal. Coal will go in that direction. So any coal that comes into the system gets pushed across and down into this stone transport pipe, and then pushed across and gets put into the coal coke system. Okay? That's the only thing that gets pushed into the system. And then we've got steel goes red and coal coke goes yellow. The coal coke goes yellow into a barrel over there, and the steel comes green and goes into a barrel over here. This better barrel over here has steel in it, and this better barrel over here has coal coke in it. Fairly simple. The only tricky bit really was getting the coal coke to come from here and go past all of this down here and go over there and through all that first, and then come back around if there was excess stock. Which I think I've figured it all out and worked it all through after laying lots and lots of pipes. There may be a little bit of tweaking here and there, like I can see that I haven't got an iron pipe above that diamond. So things could technically go down potential, or not. Yeah, there's potential problems still up there. But when we get to putting the import into there, from getting it out of the train and sending it up and into there through this sort of like crane device here, then incoming goods will go into there. Okay, but we haven't got to that stage yet. There's no incoming goods into the station at the moment. At the moment, I'm still filling things by hand. This is basically still the same setup though, but instead of the ender chest feeding, now we've got these filtering out just to pull that as needed. So when there's, I think it's when there's space in the inventory, there'll be an energy pulse. So it'll constantly pull from that barrel into the loader while there's space. And if there's no space, it won't pull. Simple as that. Same exact setup with this one for steel. So all the steel and all the coal coke is getting pumped into those two loaders. And these loaders are pretty much the same setup as they were before, only I've changed the appearance of the place. So we've still got the same setup as we had previous episodes. I'll fill these gaps in now I've shown you. But we've got a load of coal coke here that's going to go down into the train as soon as the train stops. Let's have a look. Yeah, he's fully loaded. Okay. And we've got then the water going into the tender. Yep, the same. Any creosote that's made is going into the tank, and any steel that's made is going from the item loader there into the cargo. This tank is very empty. I've been on here a while doing all this changing around and changing all the blocks out and redesigning it all and putting all these pipes in, and it's completely emptied out. The creosote production has sort of stopped as well, it seems, because a lot of stuff has run out. But anyway, so the train's now taking the steel and that's it, pretty much, steel into this direction. So it's bringing the steel over here. And the steel is being taken out from this unloader here, which is just on the back end of what we did last episode. That creosote, quite a bit of creosote oil in there now. So yeah, the steel gets put out there, and a very simple pumping out system pumps it up and into that gold pipe, which takes it all the way up the factory, across the factory, and down the factory. And whoop, yeah, jump. And this section here means that everything coming in, goods coming in from the train, will come in here and then go around and then down and then loop this direction. And then if it comes back up because it didn't have anywhere to fit, it'll go back around and loop around again. Now at the minute, this end barrel is my steel. So we've got 15 stacks of steel made. And I've locked the chest, so if we take any, we can put it straight back again. It won't forget where it is. So all I needed, I actually started off with a load of diamond pipes up here. But in actual fact, I only need insertion pipes and better barrels from Jabba. Hello! Because once they're locked, so I've locked that one empty, so nothing will go into it that isn't nothing, technically. And nothing will go into that isn't steel. Right? And over here, I'll show you this little bit in a sec, we've got coal going into here and iron going into there. Now this is just so this is like a delivery system, a little sorting system, sorting everything out. And I mean, I might use a diamond pipe here so that other types of steel get pushed into there, other matching or dictionary steels like the Tinker's Construct steel and the metallurgy steel and the Traincraft steel may get put into the barrel in order to convert it so that it's only storing Railcraft steel. After all, Railcraft is one of our core mods, and so I can take the steel from here away with me when we close off the Age of Steam and get rid of Traincraft and metallurgy so that I won't have to worry about converting it all then. Okay? So, at the minute, I'm still got my ender chest over here, which is being fed from my main AE system back at home, back on the Utopian overworld. And so, coal and iron comes in through there at the moment. But this system lends itself quite easily for me to having some sort of pipe that starts pumping into this sorting system. At the minute, it's a manual, but I can have things do that, right? And we'll get to other things we can do with this at a later date. But for now, it's just a very simple storage sorting system. And coal and iron now need to go back down into the warehouse to start being pumped out. So that's what we're going to try and do. And I've got this little rig set up because I didn't want to be pumping out of barrels and trying to fill loaders faster, potentially faster than they could be unloaded by the train. So at the minute, I'm bearing in consideration. The consideration is that the train moves around at a fairly decent pace. I mean, I've upgraded the train, you probably noticed. It's moving around at a fairly decent pace. And as it stops, it's dropping off its cargo. And as it's moving around, it's going underneath these loaders here. And these loaders here have nothing in them right now. But if I turn these on, those hopper minecarts will go under the jabber barrel and scoop up some content. It's scooping up iron ingots. And as it goes over the hopper on the rail there, it will then put the hopper, it will drop items into this hopper, which will go into the loader. So we've now got iron into there. And as you see, the train goes past, the cargo scoops a load out. And now this cargo, if I can catch it, yeah, cargo has a little bit, right? The freight cart has 9 iron and 8 coal just from passing under those loaders. Now, if you think about it, when this comes round, and when I empty it, which I haven't emptied it yet, but when I get round to putting the unloader here to empty it, it will send 8 coal into the coal coke ovens. And there's only 3 coal coke ovens. So every journey it'll drop off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which, with the amount of time it takes for the coal coke to actually be produced, this train is going to end up stocking these 3 up fairly rapidly. With, it might take 20 journeys, but it will stock them all up fairly adequately without a rush. And iron, these blast furnaces take quite some time to process the iron into steel. So having only 9 come over means that it'll just come along and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, job done, go back, do the next load, do the next load, do the next load, and again, like the coal coke ovens, a nice steady progress. So I'm thinking that that steady progress is okay. I'm thinking it's good. Thinking it will work. So these mine carts, because they've got hoppers, as soon as the loader is full, so let's for instance, let's just put all of this iron we've got in our inventory into the buffer. As soon as that buffer's full, and the train's only taking 9 out at a time, so it's filling up fairly rapidly. When that's full, the hopper above it will fill up, and then the hopper cart itself will fill up, and the rest will stay in the barrel. If it hasn't got anywhere to go, then it hasn't got anywhere to go, and it won't take any more, because there's no space. That's how hoppers work. A little bit more reliable than how pipes work in pumping stuff around. And it looks cool. It's like moving parts in this whole factory warehouse thing. Moving parts. And it's a very simple system. It's just nothing. And I can turn it off quite easily as well. I can just tell it to stop and it'll get to this end and then it'll just stop there. And then if I turn it back on again, it'll carry on, resume its work. So I can turn it off if it's not needed or it's laggy or whatever. And I've set these other ones up for future possibilities. Future possibilities. Hi, guy. You are busy. And what I can do with these is I can bring the same exact system across another track in the centre here, if I wanted, and have a train stop in the middle and fill up with various materials like steel and, I don't know, whatever else we happen to have here. So, yeah, that's where we're at the minute, and that's most of the episode taken up just showing you what I've done so far. Now for the planning and getting some stuff done. If we check the map again, I'm planning on going south. So I'm planning on going straight down there. Just straight down there. And I want a train that will come up here, collect and drop off resources, and then go back down there again. Okay, that's going to be my plan. So any coal and iron that I dig up while I'm out there will come back, get delivered, and drop off here ready for the other train to go and take it and turn it into steel and all that sort of stuff. Okay, so we're gonna make something to come across here. Now what I want to do before I get too carried away is start thinking about what I need to take with me. So just for now, let's just lay out a bit of a track. This will be my preparation track. Okay, so I've seen these work trains. Now, these work trains, I've played about with one before. They look pretty cool, but I didn't know what to do with them. So, from inside the crafting cart, the work cart, you've got F to open up a furnace, R to open up a crafting table. So, F and R. So I've got the ability, while I'm driving on my train, to have a crafting table and a furnace on the go while I'm wandering about. And what I'm trying to do is be a bit gypsy-like to start off with, right? In my setting off. Be a bit of a gypsy in my own little train with several carts that I'm going to set up and fill up here. We've also got a box cart for storage, which I'm going to put on the back end here. And attach those two together. You and you attach up. Click again, reset it. Click that. There we go. Right, so now those two are attached. We've got the first part of my train. I only really need to add on a tender and an actual train. And we've got a big freight cart for storing a load of stuff. And a work cart for having a furnace and a crafting table and stuff in it, which I think's pretty cool. So a sort of a mobile train home that I'm going to head off in that direction. The other cart that we need to make, and that's race the train. The other cart that we're going to make, and that's what I'm going to make today, is the tunnel boring train. It's not quite the railcraft one. This is the traincraft one. Let me see if I can remember the recipe for it, which will be in my little Traincraft guide. Traincraft guide. Here we go. Let's have a look. That's the work cart. And where's the borer? There we go. So this is the one that we're making. Okay. It's going to need some rail, no problem. Some steel, no problem. Looks like an iron thing. Iron. That might be steel, actually. It's a tier 2. So steel, steel, steel. And that could be an iron one. So we're going to be working on this recipe here. I've noticed as well that recipes just sort of like disappear. Which ain't good at all, is it? Recipes disappearing. I don't like it. Let's bring up Traincraft. And let's get it into this fully here. And I want to look at the tracks builder. There we go. So that's steel ingots, track, steel wheels, steel frames. So 3 steel frames, 2 steel wheels, and a couple of steel ingots. Okay. So how many have I got so far? I've got 2 steel wheels there. Let's get some more of those. Alright, clear that. So steel... We've got some up here. We've got iron there. Iron. That's that steel. No, they're iron frames. That's a iron boiler. So we need to get the steel out for those things. So let's quickly go and get some steel. I'll get all the parts made up, and I'll be back with you in a moment.